Hello class, this is a video tutorial on calculating the area between functions and the x-axis of exponential functions. So let's go straight into these two examples, one easier one and one slightly more tricky. Now when it comes to calculating the areas between functions, I hope by now we're very familiar with the procedure in that it's important to know where there are x-intercepts. And in this example, it's slightly easier in that there are no x-intercepts. So we can do the integration straight away. And even without the graph, we really should be familiar with the shape of e to the power of x, especially if there's no vertical shift of some sort. So this, we can go straight into our integration. It's going to write it out like this. So the area of this is simply the integral from 1 till 2 of 4 e to the 2x dx. Integrating e to the x is itself dividing by the linear coefficient. So 4 divided by 2 is 2 from 1 till 2. Substituting 2 into this, we get 2e to the power of 4 minus substituting 1 into this, we get 2e squared. And we'll leave it at this because this is perhaps the most, oh actually no, we can factor this one. I can go 2e squared, e squared minus 1. I guess this is the most simplified expression of this. In any case, this is the exact area of the integral, or the exact area from 1 till 2. That is it there. Now just be mindful, if the question asks for a decimal approximation of this, you go ahead and do that. So now for this one, I have given a sketch of this, but you really should be always testing if there is or isn't an x-intercept of this. So in this case, there is definitely one. And because we don't quite know where this is, so the reason what I'm trying to get at is we're integrating from 0 to ln 9. So if we were to take a decimal approximation of ln 9, it's 2.1, 2.2. So now I don't know if this is 2.2, or if this is 2.2, or even behind it is 2.2. So I need to know exactly where this is, so that if ln 9 is past whatever this is, recall now that we have to separate the integral here, because the definite integral of this section would be negative, and we have to account for that negative definite integral. So the first part, we're going to let this equal 0. And we're going to solve for x. I'm going to move this to the other side and then flip the whole thing. So e to the half x equals 2. Taking the log of both sides, so ln of both sides, I get half x ln e equals ln 2. ln e cancels. I can multiply both sides by 2, giving me x equals 2 ln 2, which I'm going to write as ln of 4. So the x-intercept here is ln 4. Now just simply from the numbers here, this ln 4 is definitely behind ln of 9. So drawing this out, definitely not to scale. I'm not sure if this is even correct, as in the scale. This one in purple is ln 9, and obviously from the origin is 0. Now, as I stated, because we have a negative definite integral here, we have to do two separate integrals, from 0 to ln 4, and then again from ln 4 to ln 9. So, writing this out, we get the area of this is now going to equal the integral from 0 to ln4 of our function, 2 minus e to the half x dx. And now, because this is going to be a negative, we're going to minus this, which would make this now a positive, from ln4 till ln9 of the same expression. So let me just copy paste that. And from this point, all the hard work is done. From this point forward, I hope you can see it's just algebra. So the integration of this, integral of 2 is 2x. The integral of e to the power of half x is always itself. But we divide by the linear coefficient of the power. Dividing by half is the same as multiplying by 2. And this integral needs to go from 0 until ln4. We have the minus as part of the equation, so minus. Well, this is obviously going to be the exact same integral, so I'm just going to copy this like so. But this time the boundaries, or the x values that we substitute, are from ln4 until ln9. Again, so that we don't get lost, let's just color code all of these. Let's do this one purple, this one in peach, or don't know what to call that, red, light red. Okay, so from here, let's substitute. Substituting ln4 first. This will become ln4 minus, I think it'll be easier if I just substitute this into my calculator. So let's just do that exactly. So this would be minus 2e to the half of ln4. This just gives me 4. Now, let's not get confused here. This, in orange, is just the substitution of ln4. From this, we still need to minus the substitution of the green value. So substituting this green number here, this one's a little bit easier. It's going to be 0 minus 2 times e to the power of 0. E to the power of 0 is 1, times negative 2 is negative 2. So all of this in orange and green is just this first substitution. From this, we're going to minus. And from here, I think it's just a lot easier if I were to just use my calculator for this one. This becomes 2 ln9. Using my calculator for this one, minus 2e to the power of half ln9. This gives me negative 6. Oop. So all of, I forgot to color code this one. All of this is just the substitution of ln9. From this, we need to subtract the substitution of this light, this ln4. So this is going to become 2 ln4. I'm checking my calculator for this one. Substituting ln4, I get minus 4, like this. Okay. Now I hope you see where we can get lost with all of these substitutions. So hence why I've color coded it here for you so you can follow, but just be super mindful when you do this on pen and paper. Okay, so then now we just evaluate all these numbers. I'm not going to try and get too clever because there are too many minuses here. So I'm going to deal with this one first. So this is going to be ln4. Negative 4 minus minus 2. So negative 4 plus 2. Negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. So putting this in a bracket. Negative 2 minus, evaluating everything here, 2 ln 9 minus 2 ln 4. Well, ln 9 and ln 4 don't interact, so 2 ln 9 minus 2 ln 4. This becomes minus 6 minus minus 4. So negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. And then from here, I can still get some more like terms. ln 4 minus minus 2 ln 4. So that gives me 3 ln 4 because it's minus minus 2 gives me a plus. So this is 3 ln 4 minus 2 ln 9. And then this one minus 2 minus minus 2. Well, that's just going to be 0. Okay, because that's going to be negative 2 plus 2. These two cancel, giving us 0. And all in all, the total area is this: 3 ln 4 minus 2 ln 9. And I think we can simplify this further if we ever want to get there, because this is 2 squared, giving me 6 ln 2. This is 3 squared, which will give me 4 minus 4 ln 3. Okay, so that is our final area in exact form. And of course, if ever you're asked to do this to the nearest decimal place of some sort, you make sure you answer to that decimal place. All right, so I hope that's giving you an insight into calculating the area between a function and the x-axis. So hope to see you in the next video, and best of luck.